Hey guys, thank you for joining me in this new video. What we're going to look at is a report from Guardz, and the title of the report is Small Business Cyber Attacks Rise in 2025. So they say it's a mid-year findings, but I would probably take it as end of the year because it comes over here. It came out in September 18th, 2025, right? And what we have over here is a small business threat report, right? Before we continue here, I think it is valuable to understand, first of all, why Guardz, why this report here is relevant and how they come up with the data that is provided in the report over here. So if I go to Guardz over here on their main page, what we're going to see is they say it's a unified cybersecurity platform that puts MSPs in control. And MSPs is short for Managed Service Provider, right? And managed service providers are a little bit like agencies. They have a lot of clients that they do ongoing operation and maintenance of IT system and services for those clients, right? So Guardz over here manage thousands of um, companies that use their platform. And that platform is a cybersecurity platform. It is unified because they offer a lot of uh, security, I would say options, security controls that instead of going, if it was an MSP or if it was just a small company, instead of that company going into different providers, jumping here and there, for that provider, it is the handling identity. Another provider is handling email. Another provider is handling endpoint, right? So if we take a look over here at their solutions, you have over here identity threat, endpoint security, email security. So they gather all of those security controls into one place, and that's why the MSPs, it makes it a little bit easier. So you have a little bit of an idea over here where everything is just under Guardz. It makes it easy to review the data, to review everything for all the services that you have under your umbrella, right? So this is what it is. It is relevant is because they actually have anonymized telemetry that they receive for all the companies that are using the services, right? So as we go down here, what we're going to see is they say that small and medium-sized businesses are now at the center of cyber threat landscape, right? So before it was really thought that threat actors are only going after big enterprises, big companies, but this is changing. Small businesses are now a big target of it. The reason why, so you see over here, basically the incidents basically doubled compared to last year. The reason why is because small businesses, because they think they're small, they think that threat actors are not going to go after them. So security is an afterthought, right? They usually don't have, either they have a very small IT team or they have no IT team at all, right? Or they don't have any defenses, cybersecurity defenses that have been put in place. They don't think about all of this, right? So, and those attackers, those threat actors are actually going after them with the same tools that they would be using for big companies, for big enterprises. So, yeah, it's the small businesses over here are the big disadvantage. So a little bit below here, they give us a quick summary of what the data actually reveals. But what I would recommend, if you scroll all the way down over here, is you can actually see the actual report. And I will recommend that you take a look at it, that you go through the report. It's only about 13 pages, but just gaining the insight of the report, really understanding what is going on. And I think they do provide as well some things that you can, some solutions that you can put in place, some recommendations. Some of the things that we talk about here, I think, are better all the time, right? So I would recommend that you take a look at, that you go through the report after this video, if you really want to improve your security, right? So first thing that the data reveals over here, ransomware, right? So like I mentioned, so small businesses are soft targets. They usually don't have defenses. They have no IT team pretty much. And now ransomware. So first of all, what is a ransomware? Ransomware is a type of malware that threat actors are going to use, and the malware is going to encrypt the data on your devices, right? And threat actors are going to demand that you pay them in order for them to give you back access to that data, right? So what has transpired through the data from the report over here is the thing that um, ransomware are not only now encrypting the data now, right? So it's double extortion tactics, where not only they do the encryptions, right, and they're gonna ask you to for a lump sum to release it, but they also have a data theft component into it. So even if, let's say, one of the best way to to fight against something like ransomware or encryption is for you like to have like a backup, right? And let's say you can regain access to your data, you restore all the data. There is a data theft component into it where they're like, you know what, if you don't pay us, we're gonna release the sensitive data into the public, or we can sell it, right, to other bad actors, right? So this is really what they're saying over here. There is now um, a double purpose to those ransomware now. And the thing is, one day of downtime can cripple any businesses or small businesses pretty much, right? And we've seen it in over. This is recording in 2025, and the last quarter, I would say the last 6 months of 2025, between June and I would say December, there were two downtimes that were noted, one from AWS and another one from Cloudflare. And those downtime basically affected uh, a lot of companies. So revenues were lost that day, productivity, operations were lost, right? You wanted to go to one of those social media, you could not do it, right? And if you had ads running there, or you wanted to run ads, you could not do it, right? So those downtime can really cripple your business, and this is something that they're noting over here, right? So it's very important for you to put everything in place before, so you don't get to a position where you are asked to pay something for ransomware to retrieve your data. The other thing that they're saying here is they're saying now that a lot of the breaches is coming involves stolen or compromised passwords, right? And the thing with stolen and compromised passwords is threat actors can actually log in. So the traditional way to actually fight against threat actors was to have some type of monitoring in place where you would see some unusual activity happening, right? The user trying to access an endpoint that they should not have, or a username that you have never configured, right? But now what they're saying is they going after compromised passwords, and they're able to log in as you yourself or maybe one of the user in your company. And that makes it now that it's not possible to detect them, right? So they can access your whole entire system without being detected, move and change privileges, move laterally in your system without being detected for days, for months, collect all the data that they need before acting, right? So it makes it now very difficult and it's very dangerous to come to this point where you have somebody in your system that is watching everything, collecting everything, and without you already knowing, right? The other thing that the data reveals has to do with phishing and business email compromise. This is what BEC over here actually means. So with AI, with generative AI, those phishing emails, and phishing is a way for threat actors to trying to gain information from you, have you click on something for you to reveal data about your company, right? And the thing that is happening now is uh, they're using generative AI to enhance their phishing attacks, right? So now the email scams are now harder to detect because it was understood that a lot of, many threat actors are coming from countries where English is not the first language, right? So before you could see, notice spelling errors, understand that this phrase is not grammatically correct. But now with AI, you can't see that anymore, right? And with deepfake, which is using some of the information that you will probably have in your social media, they can have videos or videos with your tone, photos that really look like you, and send that information with very well crafted emails to either your employees, to partners, that your vendors that you're working with, right? And it creates a lot of financial loss and operational disruption. So to give you an example that I saw on TV was, and that was really like business was just everybody now is really affected by it. It was a couple planning on buying a company. They were at the point where they needed to forward the money. The mortgage company, if I remember very well, sent them an email letting them know this is where you're supposed to transfer the money to actually, I think, secure the house and everything or something like along those way. And what happened is they receive a second email that looked fairly, looked a lot like the first email with all the information that was there. They knew everything that was happening, but they say, you know what, instead of sending it to the first account, sending to this new account because of this change, right? And the couple sent the money to the account provided by the second email, and that account, instead of belonging to the real mortgage company, actually belong to the scammers, and the scammers actually disappear with the money. So those are the things that are happening, where they're gonna monitor the invoices or your emails, and send a given email to a vendor and say, you need to pay this, or this is where you need to pay it, and steal the money that way, right? The other thing that we have here is cloud exploitation. So because a lot of people are moving to cloud, and cloud has a lot of benefits where you don't need to pay, um, uh, you don't need to be out of a large sum of money in order to get some systems, right? You can go and kind of like rent at a fairly affordable amount some servers online and other services and all of the products. So a lot of people are moving to cloud, but the thing is, attackers are following them on the cloud as well, right? And on the cloud, we have resources that we save there. We have, a lot of the data, whether it's files, emails that we save there. So attackers are going there, following the small businesses there, and once they have access, they're able to basically collect all that information. What makes it easy for attackers to gain access is because small businesses, like I say, they usually don't have a big team, IT team, or they have no team. So when they're gonna set up those cloud systems, it's gonna be the default, the very basics, right? They don't take the time to harden the cloud ecosystem, right? Or if they do, they could misconfigure as well the cloud ecosystem, right? So it is easy for attackers, threat actors to go in and just see that everything is just set as default and trying to find their way around their cloud, the cloud system of the small and medium-sized businesses. Okay. So the last point that we have here, it just details a little bit more the industries that are under fire. The ones that people usually go after a lot. The big targets are going to be financial, healthcare, and government, mostly because they probably have a lot of money. There is a lot of data there that, a lot of valuable data that they can extract. And probably my guess as well is the amount that those companies in those industry would be willing to pay would be would be larger, right? But now it's not only those big industries that are being targeted. You also have manufacturing, education, professional services, other industries as well are being targeted, right? So it doesn't really depend on which industry that are looked over. It's more if you have anything that has to do with identity, email, password, you online, you are a target, right? So this is what I wanted to cover for you. Again, I would say take the time to really go ahead and download the report. It's going to give you the data and the insight you need to really protect your customers. I hope you like this video, and I will talk to you in another video. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like the video, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share with some friends. If you're a small business owner looking for peace of mind, head over to vanguardbear.com for a free website security audit and learn more about our services. And I will catch you in the next video.